beloved child, before you close your eyes tonight, believing your prayers have vanished into silence, I need you to hear this. There is a room I want you to imagine. Not a grand cathedral, not a place of polished stone and stained glass. A quiet room, the kind you have sat in alone at 3 in the morning, when the house was still and the weight of everything you carried was too heavy to name. I have been in that room with you, every single time, not watching from a distance, sitting beside you, close enough to hear the prayers you whispered so softly you were not even sure you said them out loud. My dear child, I have heard every one of them. Welcome to Lord's quiet whisper, where I speak directly to the heart that is still holding on, even when holding on feels like the hardest thing left to do. My precious one, you have been praying for a long time, not weeks, not months. Some of these prayers you have carried for years, even decades. You prayed them boldly once when your faith felt like a fire. Then life happened, loss happened, the silence happened, and somewhere along the way, you stopped saying those prayers out loud. You still thought them. You still felt them. But the words stopped coming because hope, if you are honest, began to feel dangerous. My faithful one, I want you to know something that I wrote into the fabric of time itself before you were ever born. I have not forgotten a single word you have spoken to me. Not one syllable has fallen to the ground unheard. In the book of Revelation, I told my servant John something I want you to hear with fresh ears today. That I hold the prayers of my people like golden bowls of incense before my throne. Not scattered, not lost, not ignored, held. Your prayers are before me right now, every one of them. Like fragrant offerings I have treasured. The prayer for that child who walked away. The prayer for that body that kept failing you. The prayer for that loneliness that crept in after the loss and never fully left. The prayer you prayed so many times you eventually just sat down in the silence with it. Too tired to form the words anymore. My beloved child. Tired prayers are still prayers. Broken prayers are still prayers. Prayers that died in your throat before they reached your lips. I heard those too. My treasured one, I want to speak to something you have not said to anyone. The fear that maybe your years of unanswered prayer mean something about you. That maybe the silence is a verdict. That maybe I stopped listening. That maybe the life you lived, the choices you made, the seasons you wasted, maybe those put a distance between us that your prayers could not cross. I need you to hear me say this directly. Nothing you have done has moved you out of my reach. In Jeremiah, I told my people that I know the plans I have for them, plans not of disaster but of a future and a hope. Those words were not written for people who had it all together. They were written for people sitting in the ruins of everything they thought their life would be. That is exactly where I do my most intimate work. There is something I said through Isaiah that I want to whisper to you again today as though it is the first time you are hearing it. I said that those who wait upon me will renew their strength, not those who figured it all out. Not those who never doubted, those who wait. My weary child, your waiting has not been wasted. Every day you chose to stay, even when staying cost you everything. That was an act of profound faith. You may not have felt faithful. You may have felt like you were barely surviving, but you are still here. And I want you to know that is not nothing. That is everything. In the Gospel of John, I said that not one soul that my Father gives to me will I lose. Not one. My dear child, that includes you. especially you, the one who has wandered in their heart but never fully let go of my hand, the one who stopped going to church for a season but still talked to me in the car, in the shower, in the silence of an ordinary Tuesday. I have never classified you as lost. I have always known exactly where you are. And now I want to tell you something I have been waiting for the right moment to say. There is a turning point coming. Not a small shift, a revelation. Something about your story that you do not yet see. Something about the years you think were wasted. Something about the very prayers you believe went unanswered. I am about to show you how every single one of them was working together in ways you could not see from where you were standing. My precious one, keep listening. I am not finished speaking. My beloved child, you thought this was the end. But I need you to stay just a little longer, because what I am about to tell you is the part I have been saving for this exact moment in your life. My precious one, the silence you endured was never my rejection. It was my refinement. There is a difference between a God who has forgotten you and a God who is fashioning something so precious, so specific, so deeply personal for you that it cannot be rushed. My dear child, I am a God who works in the unseen. I am a God who moves in the waiting. And I have been moving in yours every single day, even when every single day felt exactly the same. In Romans, I made you a promise that I want you to hold in your hands again today. That all things, not the comfortable things, not the answered things, but all things work together for the good of those who love me and are called according to my purpose. My faithful one, that promise was not written for a life that went smoothly. It was written for a life exactly like yours. One that has known real loss, real silence, real years that felt like they disappeared without meaning. I am here to tell you that not one of those years disappeared. Every single one of them is woven into what I am building for you right now. My weary child, I saw you in the seasons when you could not sing. When worship felt hollow and prayer felt like speaking into an empty room. I saw you choose to stay anyway. I saw you sit in the pew even when your heart was somewhere far away. I saw you pick up your Bible on the days when the words felt like they belonged to someone else's life. My treasured one, that quiet faithfulness, the kind nobody celebrated. The kind that never made it into anyone's testimony. The kind that happened in the dark. That is the faithfulness I honor most deeply. There is something coming for you that your prayers have been preparing the ground for. Something your tears have been watering. Something your long and painful waiting has made you ready to receive in a way you never could have received it at the beginning. My beloved child, I do not waste pain, I do not waste time, and I have never once wasted you. Come back for the next part. What I have to say to you next is the word you have been waiting decades to hear. Keep listening, my precious one. I am not finished speaking, and neither is your story.